Earlier today, the RNC Rules Committee decided not to make any changes to the guidelines for the Republican convention. Here now with reaction, 2016 Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump. Mr. Trump, good to see you.
Hi, Sean.
All right, I think the final number was, what, 91, 92 delegates out of New York? That's almost a complete sweep.
Yeah, we got most of them, almost every one of them. We really had a big one, and we were over 61%. It was an amazing evening in New York. It's nice, Sean, when the people that know you best really like you. So that tells you something. So we had a great evening.
Let's talk a little bit about the Rules Committee. They decided to weigh in by not weighing in. We'll have some experts and people that were in that meeting coming up later in the program today. Is that a good thing from your perspective?
Well, I think they had to do that. I think they were looking to make changes. There's been so much of a problem between Colorado and Louisiana and Wyoming and, you know, all the different places. I won Louisiana, got less delegates than people that lost, and it's ridiculous, or that a specific person who lost who has absolutely no chance of winning anyway. And then you look at Colorado and Wyoming, where the people never got to vote, and in the case of Colorado, and probably both, the people wanted to vote and they never got a chance to vote. It was given out by the bosses. So that's no way to run a democracy, and it's no way to run an election, that I can tell you.
I had Reince Priebus on my radio show earlier today, and I've been asking questions about, for example, if there was a contested convention, second ballots, how people go about courting delegates. I want you to listen to this question and answer and give me your reaction.
Let's say that you can't get to 1237, but you think you can win on a second or third ballot, and you and your team are courting the delegates. Hey, all right, after the first ballot, when you're free, we want you to vote for us. What are they allowed legally to offer those people? Can they offer them hotel rooms? Can they offer plane rides? Can they offer expensive dinners?
I know that the lawyers on all of these campaigns are looking at that, and I think in the past it's been a pretty big free-for-all. But I don't think you can give money, and the FEC has rules.
Right, but you can't give money, but you could pay for their plane ticket to the convention.
I'm not sure about that. The FEC has regulations on all of those things.
Now, I've checked with my sources. You can offer plane tickets. You can offer hotel rooms. You can take delegates out to expensive dinners. That's troubling to me. I don't know if you knew that before now. Your reaction?
Well, I did know it, and it's troubling, not only troubling, it should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do it. I mean, you know, in theory, you could take somebody who never comes in first place. As an example with Cruz, I'm winning by millions of votes. You know that. I'm also 300 delegates up, but I'm winning by millions and millions of votes. And we're fighting for delegates, and what they're doing is take a look. I mean, they're traveling them around. They're taking them out to dinner. You could actually take a couple of $100 million and buy an election and never win a race, because all you have to do is, you know, take them out to dinner and send them to Paris, France for the evening.
Yeah.
So I would say, honestly, I think it's a disgrace, and that we should not be, this is not our system, and this should not be the Republican Party. And I'm so proud of myself, you know, I exposed this. This was going on for a long time, and it's now been exposed, and it shouldn't be allowed to be. You have people that are millions of votes down, and they're buying delegates. That should not be allowed.
The AP has now said in an article that Senator Cruz is mathematically incapable of reaching 1237. The only way he could win would be on a second or third ballot. When John Kasich got to that point in the campaign, this is what he said.
John Kasich is a good man. He's an honorable man. But he has no path to the nomination. It's mathematically impossible for John Kasich to become the Republican nominee. He needs more than 100% of the remaining delegates. And it's worth remembering, Kasich went 0 for 27, lost 27 states in a row. Then he won his home state. You can't lose every state and expect to be the nominee. Right now, Kasich's role is really being a spoiler.
What is your reaction? Do you have a problem with both men? They can't get to 1237 before the convention, but they can fight for a contested convention and try to fight to prevent you from getting to 1237. What is your reaction?
Well, honestly, Sean, they should both drop out. I mean, Cruz has no path. He's mathematically eliminated. He's out. And they should both drop out. And remember this, while I'm hundreds of delegates, almost 300 delegates ahead, and millions of votes ahead, it's really unfair because I wasn't competing against one person. I was competing against 16 people at the beginning. So we'd have splits with 16 people and then 14 people and 12 people and 8 people and 9 people. And, you know, it would go on that way. And then even now we have 3 people. You know, we should be having like just one. And I don't really care, and we're winning by a lot. But it really isn't fair because when you break it up, when you have that many people, you're getting much less. As an example, Marco Rubio has more delegates right now than Kasich. And those are delegates that are taken out of play, so it makes it hard for me to get them, and he's right now not in play. So the point is, the whole system is rigged. It's a phony, crooked system where people are allowed to buy delegates, are allowed to buy hotel rooms for them and take them out to dinner and do whatever they have to do to get their vote. That's not democracy.
But it's interesting, but in spite of that, your campaign had an internal memo, somehow made it into the press, that you believe you could get as many as 1,400 delegates. Paul Manafort...
Yeah, we think we can.
Paul Manafort, who works for the campaign, actually said that you will be running a more traditional campaign, that you will raise money for other candidates in the RNC, and you have also laid out a series of speeches that you will be giving, policy speeches on specific issues with a lot of detail. Can you tell us what the changes are moving forward?
Well, it's all true. What he said is all true. We will be doing a lot of policy. We will be helping other members of the party, generally speaking, other members of the party. And one thing that's very important is we have to unify the party because we're going to beat Hillary Clinton. I think I'm going to win New York, actually. And, you know, if I win New York,
game over.
No Republican will even campaign. It's game over. No Republican other than me will even campaign in New York. They won't waste one day there because they can't win. Look at Cruz. I mean, he came in third to Kasich. And nobody understands how that's even possible. But you just take a look. He cannot get anything in a lot of these states.
Did you know that you only spent 13 cents per vote in New York, and Bernie Sanders spent $9? That was pretty interesting.